Hiya, kids. Are you ready for another story? I have got the most wonderful story to read with you today. But first, I want you to pause this video and go find something you like to cuddle with. And then when you get back, you can push play again. Go on now. All right, you find your wonderful stuffy. I have a wonderful stuffy too. He's not here right now, but his name is Audie. He is a stuffed otter I got a while back, and I just love that otter. And sometimes I'll cuddle with him, but today I'm showing you this stuffed apple because I am going to cuddle with a stuffed apple. Well, actually, not the stuffed apple, more than what lives inside of it. Look, there's a hole in the apple. What might you find that lives in an apple? You might find a what? A worm, right? Let's look inside the hole. Oh, I see a little eyeball. Something's in there. Oh, let's see if we can get him to come out. Can you say, come out? Oh, I see him. There he is. Say, come out. Come out. Oh, I think he's coming. I think he's coming. I think... Look what is in the apple. It is a wormy. Can you say hello to Wormy? Hello, guys. My favorite thing is reading because I am a bookworm. Will you read with me today? You will? Well, let's get reading. All right, guys, you cuddle your stuffy very close as Bookworm shows us the book we're going to read today. The book we're going to read today is Old Bob's Brown Bear by Nikki Daly. Here we go. I'm so excited. I got this from the library for us too. You got it, Bookworm? Yes, I do. On old Bob's birthday, Gran gave him a teddy bear. But old men don't play with teddy bears, said Emma, watching her grandpa unwrap his present. Well, old Bob always said he wanted a teddy bear, said Gran. Why? Said Emma. Because I never had one when I was a little boy, said old Bob. Old Bob looked at Teddy, and Teddy looked at old Bob. Something was wrong. It's very nicely made, said old Bob. Old Bob kept saying nice things about his teddy bear, but Emma could tell old Bob didn't love his brown bear. When they had tea and birthday cake, old Bob squeezed Teddy between the dusty books. Emma got Teddy down and hugged him. She sat on the floor and fed Teddy some of old Bob's birthday cake. That's very thoughtful. Yes, it is, Bookworm. When it was time to go, Emma held Teddy very close to her heart. Mom said, "You must put Teddy down now, Emma. It's time to go home." But Emma held Teddy even closer and said, "But I want Teddy." Well, you can play with Teddy next time you visit, said Gran. Emma gave Teddy back to old Bob, but she wasn't happy. She saw how old Bob put it back between the books on the dusty shelf. Wonder why he's doing that. I don't know. have an idea, though. The next time Emma visited old Bob, she found Teddy between some dusty books in the dark study. "Teddy's been waiting for you," said old Bob. Emma squeezed Teddy. Teddy was starting to smell like old Bob's dusty books. Emma and Teddy looked at old Bob's books. Emma liked the one filled with pictures, so old Bob showed Emma all the photographs of himself when he was a little boy. "That's me with the wind-up train I got for my birthday when I was your age," said old Bob. "But you didn't have a Teddy," said Emma. "Nope," said old Bob. "I've always wanted one of those old fuzzy-wuzzy teddy bears, all worn out with lots and lots of love." Emma gave old Bob's new teddy bear a cuddle. "That's a pretty cute bear." "I agree, Bookworm." Back when it was time to go home, Mom said, "Time to give Teddy back." "Teddy will be here next time you visit," said Gran. But Emma clutched Teddy so tightly that Mom had to tug on Teddy's legs. But still, Emma hung on. "Do you think she should be this way? Is it her Teddy?" "No, it's not. She shouldn't be pulling on it, should she? She should give it back to who it belongs to." "Maybe Teddy can have a vacation with you," said old Bob. "You can bring it back to me next time you visit us." Old Bob gave Emma his scarf as a blanket for Teddy. That's a nice grandpa. Very understanding. Teddy had a lovely vacation with Emma. They had a picnic in the garden, and they even went shopping. They went to the beach and got wet. They got home and had a bath. After his bath, Teddy was hung up to dry. And when he was dry, she brushed his ears. Mom found one of Emma's old baby shirts for Teddy. At bedtime, Emma snuggled against him. He didn't smell like Bob's books anymore at all. When old Bob saw Teddy again, he chuckled. "Teddy must have had a lovely vacation. Look at him." Emma told old Bob all about Teddy's vacation. But when it was time to leave, she didn't want to let go of him again. "Let's ask old Bob what he thinks," said Gran. Old Bob looked at Teddy. Emma looked at old Bob. It looked as though he was beginning to love Teddy. But old Bob said, "Well, perhaps Emma can go on looking for after Teddy for me." When old Bob waved goodbye, he said, "When you come back, don't forget to bring my Teddy." Emma looked after Teddy for a long, long time. She loved him so much that the fur around his nose and tummy was coming off. And he got all tangled up, and Emma brushed the fur on his ears till he looked like a fuzzy-wuzzy bear. Later, when Emma started school, she didn't see old Bob quite so often, and old Bob didn't see Teddy quite so often either. She's getting older, so lots of time has passed. Then, during one school vacation, old Bob visited Emma again and noticed that Teddy was no longer on Emma's bed. "Where's my Teddy?" asked old Bob. "Aw, he's in my box with all my old toys," said Emma. Old Bob scratched around among Emma's toys. At the bottom he found Teddy, lying tangled up in an old baby shirt. Old Bob smiled. "What an old bear you've become," said old Bob, patting Teddy's worn-out tummy. Emma stopped brushing her doll's long blonde hair and smiled at old Bob. "He's a fuzzy-wuzzy old bear now," said Emma. Old Bob looked at Teddy. Teddy looked at old Bob. "Oh, I want my Teddy," said old Bob. When Emma saw how happy old Bob was, she smiled and said, "That's okay, old Bob. You can have Teddy. He's a very old bear now." Old Bob hugged Teddy. What was that smell? Old Bob could smell cookies and sticky fingers. He could smell sweet grass and fruit juice. He could smell bubble baths and sunscreen, and he closed his eyes and smiled. Yes, old Bob could smell lots and lots of love. See, when you love things, they get worn out and tangled, and their fur gets missing, and they smell funny. Did you ever stop and smell your stuffy to see what it smells like? It smells kind of funny, huh? But that's the way you like it. You like it that way, and its fur isn't as soft as it used to be, but that's the way you like it, isn't it? Well, give your stuffy a squeeze and set them in your bed for you to cuddle with them all night long.